Hi, Kurt with Treetop Explorer. I'm going to look at the Treepro FunClimb Saddle. All right, this is a seat-style recreational tree climbing saddle, a little beefier than what some rec saddles look like, but we're going to look at that. Treepro is out of Japan, so you're picking these up through Tree Climbing World. Anyhow, if you are using the New Tribe basic saddles, this is a similar design to that. What I'm looking at is the extra small. The reason I'm looking at the extra small right here for this video is that this saddle gets down to that 19-inch range, so the 19 to 22-inch waist size range. For the tiniest of climbers, I am currently using the New Tribe Kids Twist, or the extra small twist, because it cinches down. It gets smaller than what the basic saddle does, the New Tribe basic. Anyhow, as a sit design saddle, the suspension point is a Delta Link again in the front, climbing lines clipping in here. You can see the legs are suspended. These are fixed leg loops, so there's no adjustment here. All right, there is adjustment for the legs in the back. All right, so we have the two webbing and the buckles. You might notice that these webbing straps are a little more narrow than what are on the New Tribe saddles, and likewise their buckles are metal, all right, as opposed to plastic. With that, what I'm seeing is these grab very well. I don't see much creep at all with these buckles. All right, so once you adjust them, they stay pretty solid. Another thing I'll point out on their webbing straps with the FunClimb saddles is they have sewn back the ends, which prevents these from slipping out of the buckle. All right, and where that comes into play too is in the waist belt itself. So they've done the same thing on the waist strap. This is sewn back, so it's not going to slip out that buckle. Same metal style buckle, just larger. You can see instead of using the thinner webbing as is used in the New Tribe Basic, they're using the webbing that's used on their whole suspension system. All right, it's a little thicker. All right, holds very well when it tightens down. Okay, I will say tightening down to that 19-inch range, so this is for the tiniest of climbers for me. The thing is it opens up. It's not the waist belt that restricts it, but rather the point here with the Delta Link. That's what restricts us on how wide we can open it. So what I've run into with my tiniest climbers is basically like the 19 and 20-inch waists are working okay, but if they're a little larger than that with clothing on, then I have a harder time getting up over the waist. Okay, therefore, if you are hand tightening your Delta Links, you would need to open this up to take the loop out so you can get it around the hips, and then you put it back in, all right, and then tighten your Delta Link up. So if you're doing that, not a problem for you. I personally wrench tighten all my Delta Links. I remove that as a point of open, so it's simply the carabiner clipping in as our only point of attachment that can open, all right. Being the case, then trying to open this up without a wrench is not going to work. I have an email into Treepro working just to see if maybe if they would send it out with a pair link on it. Using a pair link, that gives me about an extra inch, and with that I'm getting it up over the hips of all the people that would be properly sized in this 19 to 21, 22-inch range. So anyhow, I just want to point that out. The fabric and padding is different than what New Tribe and West Coast Climber saddles have. It's maybe a little bit thicker, thinner padding, but still plenty. And then with these leg loops, they're giving you the leg pads are giving you plenty of surface area, so I'm not seeing suspension fatigue or anything like that. It is still pliable, and you can see that they have it sewn round on the end here. So it appears to be well constructed. Looking at the outside, you've already noticed that it does have side Ds, and it does have some significant accessory loops, gear loops. All right, they also have loops if you're going to, for some reason you want to put a Caro tool in or something like that. It's working pretty well. It seats people just like the basic saddles do, but again, this is getting down to a 19-inch range. So that is the Treepro FunClimb saddle. If you have any questions, you want other pictures or video or what have you, just email me, call me. We can talk through it. I've chatted with a number of people over the last couple of years as we search for our replacements for the New Tribe line of saddles. And this is one that has potential to be one of those replacements, especially down in that small size for me.